Start of the morning, Trooper Atwater called me and told me that there was multiple homicide.
The threat was significant. Again, anytime somebody kills 5 people, that's significant. Obviously, the tragic additional circumstances were that he killed a elderly lady, a pregnant woman, and a baby in a crib at close range with a shotgun. So somebody that's capable of doing that has no value of life whatsoever. And I was extremely concerned because if they're willing to do that, but yet not willing to kill themselves after they had done that, and they were at large, that police officers were at risk.
Master Sergeant Anderson sent messages through the computer as I was firing it up for the morning that with the vehicle description, suspect's name, and license plate. When I went down one of the blacktops, I met him, and jackpot. I turned around, verified the license plate with radio, and he started running.
And I seen a white vehicle coming at me. Behind that vehicle was an Illinois State Police motorcycle trooper. He had his emergency lights activated. I then looked at the registration on the vehicle, which matched the registration given to me by the Sheriff's Department. I knew it was a suspect vehicle. So I turned around and pretty much took over the pursuit because Brad was on a motorcycle.
Myself and Trooper Douglas responded as quickly as we could with emergency lights and sirens to try to intercept the pursuit that Trooper Williams had initiated on the suspect.
Because of the location they were at and their general direction of travel, I knew that there was only basically 3 ways he could go, and we had troopers coming in from the other 2.
The suspect was weaving in and out of traffic. I remained behind Trooper Williams, and we followed the suspect's vehicle through the sitting traffic, and who eventually made a left-hand turn onto another county road.
As I come up on that corner at the Woodson Blacktop, I couldn't find Brad. I could see the suspect, I could see the chief's vehicle, but I didn't know where Brad was. I didn't want to spin and hit him if something would happen.
He had begun to try to pull in and block the subject's path.
So I just eased over into his lane. I basically pushed him off in the ditch. The ditch wasn't deep enough to stop him. He drove around me.
Within 200 or 300 feet after he turned left, Chief Lindsey executed a perfect pit maneuver on the subject.
The chief made a successful pit, excellent by-the-book pit maneuver on this guy.
I then seen the driver's side door come open and the suspect exited, pulling out with him a brown long gun. At that time I exited the vehicle and I drew my weapon, placed my hands over the car in a firing position.
Trooper Williams was doing the same thing on his motorcycle. Without being able to stop it, he tipped it over on its left side. He jumped off the bike on the right side at the same time, pulled out his service weapon, and at about the same time that the suspect fired a shot at Chief Lindsey, Trooper Williams engaged the suspect.
They returned fire, and he was struck in the head and he fell down to the ground.
Because of his actions that day and because of his decisiveness, he stopped the threat, and we don't know how many people perhaps he saved lives. We don't know what the intent of this murderer was had he not been stopped.